And we are live.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome once again after a long hiatus, spring break, 2 snow days. We're finally happy to be back here in the studio.
I just got the email. Campus is closed because there's another nor'easter on the way.
Oh, no.
We gotta pack up.
All right, well, show's over, guys. See ya. Anyway.
Tune in next week.
Yeah. Welcome to today's episode of Whole Milk All Fat Sports Chat on WCCR Rutgers Camden Online Radio.
We have almost an entire month's worth of stuff to recap.
So,
Yeah,
are we canceling the show again?
No.
Should we tease everybody once again? Or
no.
Well.
We're gonna be snowed in. We're just gonna deal with it.
So we're doing an extra long broadcast.
This is the Snowed In broadcast. It's now a 24-hour live stream. Let's get started.
Yeah.
Send help.
Send help. No, but let's start off with what we want to talk about first.
Guess who else is back this week?
Ooh.
Markel Fultz. He's back. He can shoot a jumper. He hit some.
Come on, Mike.
Hey, relax. This is his first day on the job.
No. See, okay. I had an order to this, and Jack ruined it.
I did not.
Yep.
I didn't touch that computer.
I ruined it. I take responsibility.
So, for context, for you guys listening out there, I have a paper that's due at 5, so Mike's taking over the pictures.
No, don't say that. You already have the paper done. You're just taking a day off.
Does it look like I'm done this paper?
Yes.
I'm not.
All right, so
You're not-
so I'm taking over for the tech stuff, and we were supposed to talk about or celebrate the fact that the Sixers are guaranteed to be in the playoffs this year, and then go to Markel Fultz.
Oh. Well,
Yeah,
the Sixers made the playoffs over the weekend.
So
Whoa. Yay.
we did it.
We're the 4th seed right now, and we could be the 3rd if we win out.
And if we go 7 of 9 in the last games, we'll hit 50 wins.
Which would be the first time since probably 2006.
It's one of the AI years.
Yeah. So one of the last ones where he was half decent.
But yeah, so let's talk about Markel's welcoming party, his game back against the
Denver Nuggets.
Yep.
Yeah. The Sixers kind of dropped it in as a surprise 2 hours before the game. The big story was that everyone was thinking we were just going to wind up shutting Fultz down for the season now that we'd clinched the playoff spot, and we didn't want to screw up the team chemistry to rotation. But the Sixers just went and was like, at Markel F is available to play tonight, and everyone lost their minds. And he played 14 minutes.
14 minutes, went 5 for 13, scored 10 points with 4 rebounds and 8 assists.
But he didn't take any free throws or any three-pointers. So
We didn't see true Markel
yeah,
yet.
we didn't see the full load yet.
But we did see a super acrobatic finish for layups.
And we saw a Hesse pull up Jimbo.
And he got blocked like 3 times. But let's look past that part.
But he made a jumper,
Yep.
which is the most important part, and his shot didn't look broken.
He played in a regular season game when nobody thought Fultz would play. So that's what I think is matters.
And he played well. And he got a standing ovation. And they did the Fultz clap for him.
I don't remember, did he play, or how well did he play when we went to the preseason game?
Awful. He was like 2 for 12.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He played how much was it before he shut down, like 4
He played 3 games.
3 games?
And he only took like 1 jumper.
Yeah.
But
But
they shut him down.
He showed that defensively he's still a good piece. He got confused a little bit on some pick and rolls, but yeah, he proved himself to be the like a solid defensive piece for the bench right now.
He looked good considering he hadn't played competitive basketball since October.
Yeah, and he showed playmaking ability that will help out the bench a lot, and I think will be really good come playoff time to help lead the bench so we don't have any really bad lead throws.
So and they'll play the Knicks tonight, so we'll probably see some more Kel especially if they start blowing him out. Depends though, because we've been bad against teams that are trying to tank.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we were also over spring break. We went to a Sixers game. We saw them play the Nets on it was a Friday.
Yep.
It was the 16th. It was the Friday before spring break, 3/16, Steve Austin Day.
Joel Embiid's birthday.
Joel Embiid's birthday as well. And we almost watched the Sixers lose a game to the Nets.
Yeah, it was really fun to see the game, but when you put it in the context of they're facing the Nets, whose best player was injured.
Now, D'Lo played. He just did not play well.
No, you forgot Jeremy Lin.
Oh, yeah, true.
He's been injured the entire year. That was not fun to see how close that game was.
But when Rocco hit that three-point shot to take the lead with like 20 seconds left, it was like we just won the finals.
I think it was louder when the guy made the half-court shot to get everybody free chicken biscuits.
That we never got.
Yep.
But, I mean, he still did it.
The Sixers should sign that guy for their playoff run. He'd probably be very good.
He'll mix in well if Markelle Fultz's half-court heaves and Ben Simmons' what's it called?
Inability to
three-point
shoot.
line.
Yeah.
No. During practice, probably like a month ago at this point, he like tossed it over his head all the way from the 3-point line and drained it.
Yeah, and we also had a very uncomfortable experience with someone else getting yelled at by someone else.
For cursing in their Christian server.
Yeah, it was. We thought we were gonna be a part of a fight, especially because the upper level at Wells Fargo Center is the most cramped space I've ever sat in. But I think I blame that partly on the dude sitting next to me who gave me no elbow room the entire game. But that happened. It was kind of like when you're over your friend's house and your friend gets chewed out by their mom or dad, and then you're just kind of standing there awkwardly listening to it. It was kind of like that, and you kind of felt the embarrassment of the situation. And we were really afraid that because the one guy kept egging him on, like he wanted to keep starting something, but nothing happened, thank God. And they left, which was good. We're also going to see them play next week against the Nets again.
And, well, actually, no, yeah. The game we're going to next week, but they're playing tonight.
Because we got some cheap tickets.
For $10.
Thanks, Rutgers.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we'll see some more Markelle Fultz. We'll see him live.
Yeah, we'll see. And hopefully it will be more of a blowout, and we won't be trading buckets with the Nets going down the line, going down the stretch. Because that was not fun. That was entertaining, but it shouldn't have happened.
So what's worse, that or almost blowing a 30-point lead in the fourth quarter against the Timberwolves?
Well, at least the Timberwolves have talent, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but it kind of bothers me that the bench couldn't close out a 30-point lead. Yeah, that was really worrisome to see. But Markelle's coming in. He should help.
Yeah.
He showed he can create his own shot.
I mean,
still.
Yeah, the Sixers have their last winning team. Last playoff team they have to play is the Cavs. Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think as the Sixers start racking up more wins and they get locked into their playoff seed a little bit better, they're going to give Kel a lot of minutes because Joel Embiid really needs some rest. Because I think he's getting gassed, so they need to try and keep him fresh. And Ben Simmons keeps getting really close to triple doubles, but he can't score enough points.
Yeah, that's the weird part. Is that's what he's lacking in recently.
Yeah. We almost saw him get a back-to-back triple double on that game we went to, but he fell 2 rebounds short or something.
He's nearly averaging a triple double for the entire month of March too.
And people still think Donovan Mitchell should be Rookie of the Year, which is stupid. So.
Yeah, the weirdest, the unlucky part was, he went out of the 4-game stretch. The one game he didn't get a triple double was the one that we were at.
I guess we're just a bad omen.
No, well, I mean they
go to
won because we used to think that our bad omen was that they always lost when we saw them play.
Yeah, but they nearly lost this time. So is it? I mean,
are we just a negative factor?
Maybe we can't. We're gonna go to a playoff game.
Well, I'm poor. I don't have any money, Jack. I don't know about you.
Well, you better sell yourself on the streets because we're gone.
No, that's illegal. should encourage that.
He didn't. He
There are-
didn't, he
there are
didn't say
people-
how.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could sell your talents. You could give haircuts.
I have
you
no
could
talents.
you could play some drums on the streets for
All
a
right,
bit.
well that maybe that. You think
Um,
if I join the Sixers drum line, like they'll let me into a playoff game for free?
yeah, because you perform at the playoff game.
Oh, solid.
Yeah.
Maybe I should join the Sixers dancers.
Mm,
Hmm?
I don't think you'll fit in. I think you'll kind of stand out.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. What about Franklin?
Maybe.
I'll have to.
All you have to do is
Or you could join the dunk squad.
you just gotta be able to jump off a trampoline.
Mike, you're telling me So we were talking about earlier if it was too late for me to play Division I basketball, and you're telling me to join the dunk squad, who are a lot more like acrobatic.
I mean, you just have to be able to go off a trampoline.
Yeah, you just have to
at
be
the
able to
correct
jump off a
angle.
trampoline
That's-
and do a cool spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what am I gonna do? Snap my neck? Like,
Some of them don't even do cool spins. They just like throw
Jump
it
and
around their
dunk.
arm and stuff and dunk it. Like you don't even have to be one of the guys that do flips.
Yeah, figure this out, Matsu,
Yeah.
because it's a
Plan-
definite.
plan your life.
We're gonna go to it. We're gonna go to a Sixers playoff game.
We're gonna
gonna go
find
to
a way.
we're gonna go to Game 7. We're gonna go to Game 6 of the NBA Finals at the Wells Fargo Center.
Yeah.
Or Game 7 if they somehow get
imagine
home
how
court
much
advantage.
tickets are gonna cost. Like upper level ticket. Like
Yeah, but
the
imagine-
seats that we
imagine-
sat at are gonna be like $500.
Yeah, but in the end, think about all the memories you'll make.
Why can't we just go to a regular?
You went to the first playoff run of the process, dude.
And you watch them win the title, which is totally going to happen.
Which,
now that Fultz is
yeah,
back.
you watched the
watch it at
completion of
home.
the process.
You
Just watch it
Sam
at
Hinkie.
home.
What if we sit next to Sam Hinkie?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be cool, but I don't think he's gonna be there. Like,
Why wouldn't he? He goes to games occasionally.
no, the league blackballed him.
He still goes to games occasionally.
Where? What?
Yeah.
Wouldn't somebody like point him out? Be like, hey, look, that's Sam Hinkie.
I don't think they care that much.
I don't think he's literally banned. He's just blackballed in the sense that he can't join another team. It's not like he's not allowed to physically be at games.
Yeah, it's not like he created and he abused his coworkers for 15 years under his much watchful eyes of his boss.
Yeah. It's not like that happened. All he did was
All he did was admit to we're gonna intentionally lose games to get better.
All he did was
collect
Make
as
it
many
clear,
ping
yeah.
pong balls as possible.
make it clear that we were gonna tank for 3 straight years, be absolutely terrible, just to get really good.
Yeah, on a flick of the switch.
And it's this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess we could switch it over to just talk about the possibility that we will probably stay in the 4th seed. So we can talk about our playoff matchup.
I haven't even read my stats yet.
From what?
I have I have stats written down for Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. I did a bunch of hard work.
You should have sprinkled them in when we were talking about the triple doubles.
Oh, like the fact that Ben Simmons has 4 triple doubles in the month of March,
Yeah, he's at 10 total.
10 total, 4 in this month. So hopefully he keeps that momentum going into the playoffs.
So right now, if the way the standings are, our first round matchup would be against the Pacers.
That could be a tough matchup.
So Monty, what's our current record against the Pacers?
I didn't write that down. But we lost. It was out of 3 games we've played against the Pacers.
Mhm.
We've won a single game and lost 2 games.
Okay.
But from what I remember, the stat line is very similar. We score almost the same points against each other. Very similar number of rebounds. I think it's like about 40. And then I think that's really all I looked at was just the points and the rebounds.
Wow.
So I can't wait to see a 7-game series out of this team.
Yeah, they're gonna make some noise.
Joel Embiid is going to piss off whatever center he goes against in a 7-game series.
It's got to be the best.
Yeah, so the potential matchups, Pacers, which, I mean, that could probably go either way based on how we've played against them.
if we move up to the 3rd seed, we'd go against the Wizards.
Yeah, who are the Wizards if they have to try and work John Wall, who's missed like the past 10 weeks, back into the rotation.
But even then, we played well against the Wizards even when they had John Wall.
Yeah.
So I think it's more favorable if we go against the Wizards, but that doesn't mean I think that we can't beat the Pacers.
Yeah. And then we could play the Bucks.
Yep.
Which would be a very good one for the Sixers because they've played very well against the Bucks, besides blowing a 23-point lead.
Yeah.
Or the Heat.
That's a strike, Matt. Hit my microphone.
I tapped.
That's a strike.
Hey, don't interrupt.
Yeah, we're trying to have an intelligent conversation here, Anthony.
Okay, keep
Maybe you
going,
should pay
Jack. Keep
attention.
So I don't think the Heat are gonna be able to get past the Bucks at this point.
So expect to see the Pacers. I don't think the Pacers are really. I mean, Pacers probably overachieved a bit considering how their best player is Victor Oladipo.
But he's most improved player of the year.
Dario Saric could be as well.
Yeah, but the hidden rule if you can't give it to a second-year player. Yeah, so we are a very good 3-point shooting team now that we have Bellinelli, Redick, Covington starting to coming back. He's shooting like 42% from 3 this month. Bellinelli, Redick, Covington, Dario, Ilyasova.
We're hitting on all cylinders right now.
I think
We're heating up at just the right time.
Yeah, we're at an all-offensive high.
We're going to be the hot playoff team that makes a run, and
Yeah.
then until we run into
Yeah,
the
we are-
unstoppable machine that's LeBron.
We are the playoff dark horse.
I think that one of the biggest assets of the Sixers is the consistency of their bench. I was looking up stats of like bench players like Bellinelli, McConnell, who else? Ilyasova. And they all, month to month, they are extremely consistent in the way they play. So I think just the consistency of overall just of the starters. Ben Simmons, you really can't tell like if he's having a fantastic game or if he's having a terrible game because he plays just so consistently. Like I've just been saying, they just have a lot of consistency, and I really think that's going to work to their advantage because it seems like they're on a hot streak right now.
Mm-hmm.
For the entire month of March,
They've been hot.
they've been 11-3 since the last time we've had an episode, which was
February
February 26th. No, 26th.
26.
I think a big advantage for the Sixers is they just get to beat up on all these small teams right before they go into the
build
playoffs.
their confidence up.
Yeah, build their as you can see after every blowout, they have fun on the sidelines right behind Molly Sullivan.
Yeah, they got the team chemistry, the Eagles, and they got the depth to make a run. Probably not a finals run, but I think we could definitely win a playoff series.
I think we can win the first round, and then depending on who we go against in the second round,
Yeah.
we can
And
push it to 6 or 7
If we run
games.
into the unstoppable machine that is LeBron James, then we play hard enough, well enough against him that LeBron's like, I want to go to Philadelphia because they're gonna beat me.
Yeah,
If I have to play like this every time.
yeah.
It's the whole team.
If
the
we
whole
take a game
team.
a game or two off the Cavs, LeBron will go, oh man,
Maybe Philly isn't that bad.
yeah.
Because he's coming. Get ready. He's gonna complete.
Speaking of the Eagles, the Sixers have been 21-5 since the Eagles won the Super Bowl. So, if there's one thing that you can take away positively from the New England Patriots losing the Super Bowl, Mike, it's that the Eagles are doing really well.
mean
Or
the Sixers?
The Sixers are doing really well. Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with that connection, let's switch it over. Dun, 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 dun,
We
dun,
have
dun.
to recap everything that happened in NFL free agency, which was pretty crazy. So yeah.
So
So in more general terms, yeah.
should we talk about the Eagles specifically first, or just the big names going around?
Big
everywhere?
names going around first.
All right, so just right off the bat, Kirk Cousins finally chose his team right up there on the picture. Signed a 3-year deal with the Minnesota Vikings for roughly $28 million a season,
Fully guaranteed.
fully guaranteed.
It's like the first contract ever.
This is the first contract of this magnitude that's fully guaranteed, and this will set a precedent for if quarterback contracts will be fully guaranteed and if other positions that aren't as contact heavy will be fully guaranteed.
Yeah. Now, can Kirk Cousins get more than 2 wins against teams with a winning record, finally?
Because now the Vikings, they have a pretty good offense. They get Dalvin Cook back. They have,
Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen.
which is a really good wide receiver combo, and
Their offensive line is okay.
and their defense they just shored up even more by getting Sheldon Richardson.
Yeah, so the Vikings are, once again, looking. But I feel like when people expect the Vikings to do well, they start to lose. They don't play as well as people. When people think the Vikings are going to be really good, they don't meet expectations, is my line of thinking here. Because last year, I don't think anyone really expected them to be anything special, but they went 13-3. So, and now that people think they're going to be really good this year, what's going to be? I don't think we'll see. I think we'll really find out if Kirk Cousins is truly like a really good quarterback or not.
They're pretty good at being like a counter logic type of team in the sense that going into the offseason, they're like, all right, well, which one of the 3 quarterbacks are they going to keep? Newsflash, none. And also, the fully guaranteed contract, I think it's a really strong, bold move by them because they save a ton of money because it was rumored that he would have easily been over $30 million a season.
Because the Jets would have made him like a three-figure offer.
Yeah, so they probably save like $4 million a season or something like that, which you can pay for a backup player. And the fact that it's only 3 years means if something happens to Kirk Cousins or he just doesn't work out, it's not that much longer before they can just reset.
I have some breaking NFL news. According to Yahoo Sports, the NFL is looking at banning the kickoff if they are not able to make that play any safer.
Spicy. Newsflash, you can't make it safer.
Because it's impossible.
The league's medical staff said concussions are 5 times as likely to happen on kickoffs than they are on like scrimmage plays.
Yeah, that's really hard to prevent. So I'm imagining we'll see kickoffs get eliminated soon.
I think they should take the suggestion that Greg Schiano made, but just slightly adjusted. Greg Schiano suggested that instead of a kickoff, after the team that's just scored a touchdown starts on their 20, and it's a 4-15, and they can either punt it or go for it. I say just make it a 4th and 10, because a 4-15 is
Too far.
too far for anyone to like go for it. So if that, a punt's a lot safer than a kickoff, and then you also have the potential to still for the scoring team to get the possession back to back, so you don't lose out on like the onside kick potential.
Yep. So back to free agency. Malcolm Butler is out of New England. He is with Tennessee now. He got big money from them.
And he joins former New England Patriot Logan Ryan.
And Mike Vrabel.
So he'll immediately have some familiarity with some of the secondary.
Yeah, so Tennessee is becoming the Patriots of the West, of the Midwest. So there we go there. That's interesting. What else?
We can talk about all the moves the Rams
the
made.
Titans also cut DeMarco Murray. I don't think he's wound up anywhere yet.
No, he hasn't signed anywhere.
Yeah.
But we can talk about the Rams because they've made a bunch of moves. They traded for Aqib Talib.
And Marcus Peters, which we already talked about.
So that right there gives them a really strong secondary, and they let Tremaine Johnson go.
I don't know who he signed with.
Tremaine Johnson signed with the Jets, and the amount that the Jets are paying him per season is equal to Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib combined.
Wow.
Yeah, so the Rams,
Save some money there.
yeah, and arguably,
Got better.
yeah, improved their secondary.
And what else did they? Who else did they add? They
They-
got Haloti Nada. I mean, no, they got Ndamukong Suh just a couple days ago.
Yeah, he signed a 1-year deal,
So
$14
now-
million.
Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh. Let's see if Ndamukong Suh decides he wants to play.
That is the best. That is like the potential for like one of the best defensive tackle pairings in the NFL of all time. If Ndamukong Suh plays like he did back with
Detroit decides he wants to play. What else? So yeah, those were the big moves the Rams made. I think. Did they add anyone on offense? I don't think so.
No, I don't believe so. I don't have anything for that.
Yeah. What else? They let Sammy Watkins go. He signed with the Chiefs, so Patrick Mahomes can throw him 2 to 3 deep passes a season, because Andy Reid is just gonna go for those checkdowns. What else happened?
Richard Sherman was cut from the
Seahawks
and then proceeded to sign with the 49ers.
for what is criticized as a bad deal.
But he actually ends up being paid more per season than he did when he was on the Seahawks. So that's interesting.
The 49ers Seahawks rivalry just got a lot more intense. The Seahawks also got rid of like everyone good on their team.
The Seahawks, their window's closing very fast.
Well, I think it already has closed.
Yeah.
There's only so much Russell Wilson can do behind that offensive line. And now they got rid of most of their draft picks. They got rid of Michael Bennett. They got rid of Richard Sherman. They got rid of who else? They got rid of a couple of big players. And it didn't really they let Paul Richardson go
Sheldon Richardson.
and Sheldon Richardson.
After they traded for Sheldon Richardson for like a second-round pick, they got a 1-year rental.
Yeah. And well, they still have Dwayne Brown, but they got rid of they overpaid for him. So yeah, that's the Seahawks. The Browns completely remade their team in the span of like 3 hours.
Yeah,
They traded away. They traded for Jarvis Landry for like a 4th-round pick. Then they
traded for Tyrod Taylor.
for like a 3rd-round pick
They traded away Deshaun Kaiser.
for a 4th or 6th pick or something like that
They traded Danny Shelton away
to the Patriots.
for like a 3rd-round pick.
And they signed a new running back too. They signed Carlos Hyde.
Yep. And also with the Deshaun Kaiser trade, they got Demarius Randall back,
Oh yeah, that's right.
corner, I believe,
So,
from the Packers.
And now they hold the 2nd and 4th overall pick in the 1st and 4th overall pick of the draft. So,
And-
I
Yeah,
still
so-
think they're going to take a quarterback,
Obviously.
but they're probably going to get Saquon Barkley now too. They could take Saquon Barkley if they wanted to.
I think they should because how long was Carlos Hyde signed for?
I think like 3 years.
3 years
But
or
he's
so?
not. I mean, they still. The thing is, like, they let Isaiah Crowell go, and they still have Duke Johnson. But Duke Johnson's like a multi-threat running back. Like he can catch.
Yeah, so you get Barkley, and then you slowly phase out Hyde and Duke Johnson, and then let Barkley take over.
Yeah. So if the Browns suck this year and they get Saquon Barkley and probably like, I mean, I'm telling you, they're gonna pick Baker Mayfield. Right now, I'm calling it. Mark that down.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to take Baker Mayfield. And if they still suck and they only win like 1 or 2 games, I think Hugh Jackson should be considered the worst coach of all time.
I will save this predictions tab for next year and bring it up.
Yeah. So that's what the Browns did. They were exciting. That was an exciting 3 hours on a Friday.
They just wanted that parade.
Yeah.
They wanted the tank so they can have a parade.
Well, they already have one for Cleveland, for the Cavaliers, so.
Oh, another name that the Seahawks had gotten rid of, Jimmy Graham. They didn't re-sign him.
Where'd he go?
He signed with the Packers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The Packers, the only free agents the Packers will sign are tight ends.
Well, they also signed Muhammad Wilkerson on a 1-year prove-it deal. which could
Because-
potentially be a really good value for him this year
If
because it's only
Muhammad
$5 million.
Wilkerson has motivation.
Which he'll probably will because it's a contract year. So he'll play really well this year, sign a big contract with a team, and then not do anything.
That's probably. What else? What other big free agent news
Jason Pierre-Paul went to the Bucks.
for like a 3rd and 4th round pick?
What team? The Rams had also traded Robert Quinn away to
The Dolphins.
Dolphins.
For like a 6th round pick.
Danny Shelton, or no, not Danny Shelton. Danny Amendola
Went to Miami
went to Miami,
to give away all the Patriots' secrets.
of course, because that always happens.
Because all Patriots players have success outside of New England.
Was Nate Solder also left the Patriots to sign with the New York Giants. There's also a rumor alert, that after the draft, Des Bryant will be cut.
Ooh. I wouldn't be. Maybe. So. I could see. I mean, there's also the Giants are exploring trading Odell Beckham because the Giants are in full-on tank mode.
And Jarvis Landry's like, yo, come join me over in Cleveland.
Yeah, they have to. Oh,
And guess what?
they still have Corey Coleman and Josh Gordon.
Yeah, and their LSU receivers coach is on the Browns, so it'll be a perfect reunion.
Ooh, if
Um,
that happened,
So, a lot of people are suggesting that they trade a pick and Corey Clement
you mean Corey Coleman?
Corey Coleman. So that way, the Giants still have a wide receiver that has some upside, and then also a pick. But the pick is debated because some people are saying the 4th, but that's too high. The Giants have no need
They
to do
have
a pick
they
swap.
have the 2nd pick, right, or the 3rd.
They
The
have
Giants
the,
have the 2nd,
they have the 2nd pick. Oh, that's another big trade. The Jets traded up for the 3rd overall pick.
and they got rid of half their draft to move up 3 spots.
Yep. Only for probably their 2 quarterbacks to be picked ahead of them.
For a team like the Jets, who has absolutely no players of anything, any caliber, trading more than half your draft when you have high picks is not a good idea, not smart in my opinion.
Not the correct move. Because they
Yeah.
signed Teddy Bridgewater to be their stopgap quarterback.
And Josh McCown's still there, so there's that. And they'll take
Cordell Patterson was traded to New England. So now New England's
so
special
now
teams.
he'll become the guy everyone drafts in their fantasy league because they think he's gonna be a sleeper, and then he'll have like one good game.
He'll just be special teams, and we'll
Yeah.
have the strongest special teams with him and Matthew Slater.
Still almost like the Patriots dynasty is falling apart.
Jason McCourty got traded. Was
Traded to
originally
the Browns.
rumored. No,
Oh, wait,
he
no,
was,
he got traded to the Patriots.
Yeah,
that
he
was
was-
another trade the Browns.
he was originally rumored to be cut from the Browns, and then ended up that he was traded.
So now he's reunited with his brother Devin.
Yep. The last time they played together was the Rutgers days. So it's official after years and years of they got to be on the same team. They now are officially together. Definitely a step down from Malcolm Butler, but twin sense you can't value that.
You completed the you've completed the friendship bracelet or
Yeah.
whatever, the like bonds. So now they'll bond together and form one super player.
So what you have to do is you have to give Jason McCourty either the number 33 or 22, so that way you confuse opposing teams.
And then if then you can just
or no,
they can
you
just switch
give
jerseys.
him 23, and then you confuse which McCourty is right there.
They just switch positions every play.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, Devin McCourty started as cornerback. He made All-Pro.
Yeah. What else? Some other big free agent stuff. Frank Gore signed with the Dolphins.
LeGarrette Blunt
He's gone
signed
full
to the
circle.
Lions.
We're talking about the Eagles later, and next.
Oh.
Yeah. Jordy Nelson, he was cut from the Packers, and he
And-
signed with Oakland.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
I don't really know if Oakland really knows what they're doing.
Hey, they're building a really good team through 2009.
Yeah. They got players that were good 10 years ago.
Oh, geez, 2009 is almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me that. That's weird.
Wake up,
Yeah, because
Michael.
what the
It's your first day of high school.
No.
Wake up.
No, not again.
the yeah. So Jordy Nelson gone.
Case Keenum signed with the Broncos.
Eh.
For a 2-year deal.
Yeah. Wait. The Broncos. The Broncos need to draft somebody. There's really nothing. Like Case Keenum is not the solution to their problems.
Yeah, the Broncos really.
John Elway is just really I think he's just really standoffish because he lucked into a Super Bowl by spending a ton of money on players, on defensive
They
players.
obviously knew Peyton Manning was on the verge of retirement.
Yeah.
They should have had a QB waiting in the wings to immediately continue on with being a contender.
Yeah.
And now, by the time they finally will get someone,
It's gonna
their
be
defense.
Von Miller's gonna be wanting out. I bet you. I hate Von Miller low key. I think he thinks he's way cooler than he actually is.
Because Keep Talib just left. Other defensive pieces have left.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Ware retired. That defense is no longer as strong as it was in 2015.
Defense isn't the because who are their other corners? The
Chris Harris and Bradley Roby.
Yeah. So
Chris Harris is still really good and he's super cheap. But and then also Emmanuel Sanders is getting injured and old.
Demaryius, they want to get rid of Demaryius Thomas too.
Yeah, so the team is
yeah. John Elway just thinks. I think John Elway isn't really that good of a GM. Because really, all he did was just sign a bunch of free agents. How many of their draft picks have actually been good?
Von Miller.
That John Elway drafted.
Did he draft Demaryius Thomas?
I don't think he was in charge until the year they signed Peyton Manning, which would be after the year.
Brock Lobster.
Yeah, Paxton Lynch, Brock Osweiler. You think one of the best
Trevor
quarterbacks,
Siemians.
one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, would be able to select a good quarterback?
Oh yeah, Trevor Siemian is now with the Vikings.
Yeah, so be prepared for Kirk Cousins to get hurt, and Trevor Siemian is the miracle backup that takes the Vikings to the NFC Championship game again, where they can get blown out by the Eagles, and then complain about fan behavior. Sam Bradford, somehow still making money.
Yeah, he went to Arizona.
Arizona also needs to draft somebody because they're just a retirement home.
They somehow managed to get Larry Fitzgerald to come back another year.
Yeah, and then it's like, hey, Larry, we got Sam Bradford this time. He'll play one game and it'll be really, really good, and it'll look like the Cardinals will be really good.
Then his knee will explode into 2 million pieces.
I don't understand why he hasn't just retired, because I can't imagine having two knees where you've torn the same ACL, twice in one.
Why doesn't he just go for prosthetic limbs at this point?
Yeah,
he has enough money.
Or just be Drew Stanton and play without one.
Could you imagine, like, he could be the first prosthetic limbed quarterback?
Robo Man.
Yeah, they hit him so hard his prosthetics like fly across the field. They have to come back and like reattach him, but like you can't stop him then.
It'd be like Deadpool.
He'd be lighter.
His legs
he could
would
move
walk.
faster.
Well,
Boom. Right there. That's what Sam Bradford should do. Cut off his 2 legs and get prosthetic legs.
Yeah, so
They're really good now.
That's his only option. I mean, he's made over $150 million.
I think he can afford
I think he
surgeries.
can afford to get prosthetic limbs, if he really wants to be a good quarterback.
why would he want to though? Like, why would you want to like go through the hassle of?
Because
chop off your legs?
then after his football career is over, his knees won't creak every time he goes to take a step.
Yeah, can you imagine when he's like 60 years old how hard it's going to be to walk?
More like when he's 45.
That too.
Yeah, this has long-term implications too. He could play longer. You know, he'll
Make more. He could get paid more money for having like 2 good games a season.
He doesn't have to worry about like a 4th or 5th ACL injury because it won't exist anymore on his body. It's the perfect idea for him.
There are so many more implications to just.
He won't have leg pain later on in life. He'll be lighter overall.
He could
move
Mike,
faster.
He could use his
Do you
nubs
He'll
in the
be more
bedroom.
aerodynamic.
Do you know how losing a limb works?
They slice it right off.
Yeah.
It's a little off the top.
Okay, all right. Well,
You just gotta go to the doctor. Hey, take a little bit off the legs here.
Yeah, he makes enough money.
That's
Yeah, he can become Go-Go Gadget. He could get like little attachments too.
Yeah, he could.
Go-Go
he
Gadget
could, he could
extendo
get,
legs.
He could get super speed. I don't see. There's no rule in the NFL. There's nothing in the rule book that prevents him from installing like
Roller skates.
Yeah, from installing roller skates, so he can just from installing like roller skates or like
I don't know if
Get
they.
Heelys.
super speed. He could get like he
Yeah.
could get like
Yeah, just why not wear Heelys? Like,
Well, no, because he could. Yeah, no, he could at rocket.
yeah. There's
rollerblades.
nothing stopping him from getting rocket legs. So
Yeah, they don't
it's
have
just, like,
rocket
He
legs.
could just blast off and fly into the end zone. I mean,
Yeah, they don't have
just
that in the
become
rule
Iron
book.
Man. Like,
Yeah. You now you understand. This is what Sam Bradford should do if he wants to prolong his career and be successful.
why not just keep his legs though and get like an exoskeleton? You know, like in Call of Duty, like you remember
No, you gotta commit.
No, because then later in life he'd have to like keep the exoskeleton.
Yeah,
it would
but he
make him
makes enough
bulky.
like you just said, he makes enough money to where it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but then he can't sleep with it on, so
Yeah.
he'll wake up with like pains in his legs and stuff like that. Like think
just
about
gotta-
his
just gotta
long term.
commit to it all the way.
Exoskeleton
Think about
can
his
just tuck him
retirement.
into bed.
No. Just get rid of the you know what's hurting him? His knees. Just get rid of them.
yeah,
Simple as that.
Yeah, but then
Why does he need natural knees? Get a mechanical knees. Get his door hinges for knees. Improvement.
yeah.
Man,
So,
new DSX sounds pretty good.
yeah.
Joe Thomas retired.
Yep. The right when the Browns look like they're about to be good, he retires.
Yeah. Fun fact: Joe Thomas has never started a season 1-0.
Ooh.
If you want to know how bad the Browns have been, how good he was and how bad people he played with were
The Browns' only win in season was his rookie year.
when they were like 10-6 and barely missed the playoffs.
Yeah, something like that.
Poor Joe Thomas, but he seemed at peace with retirement.
Yeah, he said he's gonna switch to being their number one fan.
So
So, I guess we should have talked about the Eagles only move.
Eagles.
So, do you want me to? I'll say my little bit before you guys start talking. It was confirmed today that Howie Roseman has been voted Executive of the Year. A quick update on their cap situation: the Eagles are now $5 million under the cap, and Howie Roseman said that Nick Foles is staying with the Eagles unless somebody offers them big money. So, that's about it.
They also still need. They're definitely going to make some trades. They're definitely going to make a trade for draft picks at some point. As much as I want them to stay in the 32nd spot so they can get introduced as the Super Bowl champions in Dallas, they're probably going to trade out.
I could see them trading back because the difference between the 32nd and 33rd pick is that
A fifth-year option.
which is very valuable. So I think at that point you might as well trade back because you're still getting a second round talent that late in the first.
So right before free agency started, the Eagles made some big trades. They traded for Michael Bennett. So just when you thought their defensive line couldn't get any better, they got better.
But I'm just going to interject. Michael Bennett just turned himself in to the police.
If you follow that case at all, you know that the Houston sheriff has some vendetta out against him, the Houston chief, because you got to watch that press conference and see what he says. Because
Oh, now you're a Bennett apologist?
I'm just saying that.
Innocent until proven guilty.
I'm just saying, yeah, innocent until proven guilty, A. And B, I think there's a ton of bias in this case. I don't understand what this Houston police chief is on, but just because he happened to separate a paraplegic 66-year-old woman's shoulder, he is not morally corrupt.
Because he was accused.
Yeah, he was accused
He
on
was
the account.
accused.
He was accused on the account of one police officer who witnessed this and decided at the time it was not worth an arrest. So
So
you tell me it took over a year for this charge to come out. The investigation, the case didn't get assigned until 3 months after it happened. Then the investigation was not opened until September 22nd, conveniently 3 weeks after Michael Bennett accuses the Las Vegas police of racially profiling him.
I was actually just going to bring that up because he accused of being racially profiled, and then video came out that proved the exact opposite of what the story he told. And then once the video came out, he was dead quiet because he got caught in a lie.
Innocent until proven guilty.
I'm just saying that there is a lot of holes in this case, and I do not see it standing. So, if it was really that big a deal, and the Houston police chief really thought Michael Bennett was so morally corrupt, he would have arrested him at the game. But apparently it's not that big a deal to the Houston Police Department, so they decided to wait over a year until this happened to do this. Because not only that, you don't need a super long standoffish press conference to announce one charge. That usually does not happen. For assaulting the elderly. What constitutes that? 65 years old? What if someone under 60? What if someone 64 years old gets a separated shoulder? Is that assaulting the elderly still?
By
It's just
law,
assault.
it would be
Yeah.
assault.
Stupid law, stupid charge, stupid chief, who thinks he's too big for his own, thinks he's big, all big and strong. Because also, the Seahawks and the Eagles were completely unaware this event had occurred at all.
Yeah,
and the
he hid it
NFL
from
had
them.
no idea either.
Yeah, Michael Bennett hid it from them.
I'm pretty sure Michael Bennett also was not aware that he did this.
So are you pro attacking the elderly? Is that what I'm getting from this?
I'm just saying, innocent until proven guilty, and you cannot. There's a lot of arguments to be made against this case.
You should go to law school, Jack.
Yeah.
We have a law school.
Just walk in and say, I'm in the law school now. Just start taking the classes.
Yeah.
You know, I practice bird law. You know, I'm really well versed in bird law.
So that was the big one, Michael Bennett, and part of that trade was they traded Marcus Johnson away.
So. What a loss for the Eagles.
Should we talk about the rest of the incoming players or the outgoing players?
Well, Torrey Smith got traded away because there was no way he was going to get paid $5 million.
He got traded to the Panthers, which I think is a good idea because Cam has a rocket arm, so maybe they can revive the Baltimore Torrey Smith where he just draws PI calls.
Yeah, and they also got another corner. They got Darryl Worley, who's really good at defending against double moves, which we all know was the Eagles cannot defend. Then
they signed Haloti Ngata.
Yeah, they signed Haloti Ngata, so they got even more depth along that defensive line. But we also lost a lot of players.
They also signed Corey Nelson,
who is supposed to. I guess apparently they want him to be like a starting linebacker. I thought he was just going to be a special teamer, but
it's only a 1-year deal, so.
Yeah, and they re-signed Nigel Bradham.
And they signed Bryce Treggs and Joshua Perkins both to a 2-year deal, minimum.
Yeah, for futures, basically, some camp bodies.
So got to talk about the outgoing because they lost a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Versus what they took in. Brent Selleck.
Yeah.
He
got
cut. Vinny Curry
got cut.
And he signed with the Buccaneers.
Bo Allen, they let him walk. He signed with the Buccaneers as well.
So the Buccaneers building up their line. And the reason they went after Vinny Curry is because they wanted to trade Robert Quinn, but the Dolphins offered more. We talked about Torrey Smith. Donnie Jones retired. We talked about him. LeGarrette Blount, he went to Detroit.
So, yeah, I'm surprised he got such a big deal for someone his age.
So he reunites with Matt Patricia, who is a stated Blount admirer.
Yeah. Maybe the Lions will finally have a 100-yard rusher.
Maybe.
They haven't had one in 5 years.
And then also that doubles back with the fact that the Buccaneers had gone chasing Pierre-Paul. Oh, that's what the story was. They traded for Jason Pierre-Paul because they couldn't get Robert Quinn.
And then Trey Burton
signed a big deal
with the Bears, which the Eagles couldn't afford to keep him
at $8 million a season, and Patrick Robinson went back to New Orleans.
Yeah, for $30 million a year. So I think it was smart of the Eagles to not overpay and try and keep everybody. The most important thing, like, they needed to resign Nigel Bradham, and they did, which was important, and they got him on a very team-friendly deal. So that's good. There's no way Selleck was coming back after, he's basically making like $8 million a year to block. Trey Burton as you don't want to pay 2 tight ends like $8 million a year. So Trey Burton, I think he'll either be really good.
Hey, the Patriots did it. Look how well that worked out.
Yeah, one of them was a murderer.
The dynasty's falling apart, Mike. It didn't work out well.
Yeah, it's all the Patriots.
Wait, the Patriots dynasty didn't work that well?
No, the Patriots dynasty is falling apart.
They haven't. They've been on a slow decline since Aaron Hernandez.
Really, a slow decline that involved 2 Super Bowl wins and 3 appearances.
Falling apart.
Since
41-33, Michael.
Since Aaron Hernandez committed suicide. Not the whole arrest and trial. It was since he committed suicide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you're not going to pay Trey Burton $8 million a year to be your backup tight end. So, now Zach Ertz is their only tight end after it was one of our strongest positions. So they're going to need to get some new guys. Yeah, you weren't going to overpay for Bo Allen. He deserves like a chance where he can get more playing time.
So if you look at this from a purely one-for-one, they replaced the defensive line pieces they lost and the secondary piece they lost.
And they got Bennett at a cheaper price and more production. And Michael Bennett can play interior defensive line as well.
Michael Bennett also led the league in fouls.
Well,
and penalties.
Jim Schwartz could toughen him up.
And Haloti Ngata is only on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, because
who knows how much he has left?
34 years old, and he's coming off a biceps injury. So
yeah, who knows how much he has left?
He's just a stopgap until we draft some new guys.
And with all of this, you said what, they're like $5 million under the cap?
$5 million under. They're about $5 million under the cap, and next year, as of right now, they're I think $700,000 under the cap. So
but
next year
they're probably going to give Carson Wentz his mega deal.
No, because they have to resend Brandon Graham.
It's going to be tough managing the cap again next year, but I'm sure obviously Howie Roseman can do it because he did it this year.
Yeah, speaking of Howie Roseman's moves, this year he restructured Zach Ertz's deal
and Lane Johnson's. It was rumored that he had restructured, I think, was it Brooks, but that was proven to be false. I didn't even know that was a.
So yeah, he restructured Ertz and Lane Johnson's deals.
And they restructured Bennett's, but they gave Bennett more money instead of less.
Yeah, and I think they also modified Chris Long's deal. I think.
They
put more guarantees in.
Yeah, they gave him more guaranteed money since he gave away all of it last year, and that enticed him to come back because he was apparently thinking about retiring.
Yeah, I think it was also because of the fact that when he first initially signed with the Eagles, he was guaranteed a lot of playing time, and then that all disappeared. So,
I think he's happy in his role.
I think so.
If he was retiring just because I think he purely just was old and didn't really know if he still wanted to, I think he's happy with being like a pass rush specialist.
That's what he was with the Patriots, and he seemed all right, but he wanted more playing time. So,
the Eagles do a lot of rotations too. So
yeah, the Eagles lost a lot of talent,
but they still. But think about it. Carson Wentz has to come back. He's out of his brace now. He's got pictures. He's chilling without his brace. He's also apparently, according to Doug Peterson, way ahead of schedule on his recovery.
Can't rush him now.
I mean, how
Future
many
of the franchise?
How many times has someone openly said, "Yeah, we're behind schedule on our players' recovery"? It was a bad surgery.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Well, that's because he almost died.
Andrew Luck.
I don't think he exists anymore.
He's apparently throwing again.
Supposedly. But he might have the exact same issue that Markelle Fultz did, where he's experienced.
Fultz, Andrew Bynum.
Well, you can't mention any one of the Sixers medical staff.
It's Ben Simmons.
That's the Sixers medical staff.
What are some other? I can't think of good NFL ones.
Supposedly, Andrew Luck has the same issue that Markelle Fultz has, where he's experienced phantom pain, so he can't throw correctly.
Time and talks.
I wonder if that would happen if they chopped off your limb.
Yeah. Maybe Markel Fultz should just get a robotic arm.
Maybe.
He could just shoot one-handed now.
Yeah,
he
no,
could
yeah,
program
You
his
can
arm.
fully articulate your fingers now.
Yeah, but he could just program the robotic arm to just like be like, shoot the basketball,
And it
it'll
can
be
calculate. It
the
can
exact
calculate the
same way
perfect
every time.
trajectory and angle from every spot on the floor.
Exactly. There you go.
Well, I mean, like you can fully move fingers now individually.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
just
Deus
program
Ex.
it.
No, you don't even have to program it. Like your thoughts.
Yeah, but you can program it.
Well,
Okay,
I just want to mention. I just want to
Just
mention.
make it easier.
I
You don't
just
even
wanna
have
mention
play
with
the game.
Carson Wentz is ahead of schedule
I just want
on
to
his
mention.
recovery,
with
and
Ooh.
his backup is still Super Bowl MVP
right.
Nick Foles.
I just want to mention with the thing. Also, Super Bowl MVP should not have gone to Nick Foles. Should have went to Brandon Graham. But
for one sack.
that literally won them the game.
Yeah, it won
So-
them. It won them. How do you know?
How
You
do
don't
I
know what was going to happen. What happens if Tom Brady drives on the field and scores on that drive? What do you think happens?
they end up winning the
How
game?
much time is left on the clock after that? You think?
I truly believe that if Brandon Graham didn't do that, the Patriots would have won. Brandon Graham won them the game.
Yeah, but
But-
Nick Foles kept him in the game.
Nick Foles caught the ball.
When
I just wanna mention that-
when the Patriots heated up and started, slicing and dicing the Eagles' D, who kept him in the game? Nick Foles.
So, I just want to mention that at this rate, with
Who caught a pass in the Super Bowl and who didn't?
I already said it.
Okay.
I said Nick Foles caught the ball.
okay, that was an illegal formation, but
No, it wasn't.
Nah.
You're just a butthurt Patriots.
so the 2011 draft, it looks like both teams are gonna ruin their quarterback via forcing them to play through injury.
You mean 2012?
Oh wait, I thought it was
2012 was Andrew Luck and RG3.
was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. Okay, so the 2012 draft, where both players are ruined due to having to forcefully play through injuries.
Well, RG3 chose to play on that day. He decided to rush. He chose to rush himself back.
But as a coach, you force them to sit down with how hobbled they were, especially if that really muddy grass, and then the Seahawks really strong defense. Then
Yeah.
you don't let him play that game. That's on the coaching staff and on the team for letting him play.
Well,
And the Colts situation looks more like they forced him to play,
yeah. They forced him to play through his shoulder injuries.
and also rib injuries, and various other injuries.
Yeah. Well,
Well, no, yeah. So the Eagles,
hindsight's 2020.
yeah, Eagles lost a lot of talent.
But as we said,
still a strong team
Yeah.
overall.
Jason Peters is still coming back. Jason Peters is coming back. Carson Wentz is going to be coming back. Alshon Jeffrey, even though he had rotor cuff surgery, even though he played all last season on a torn rotor cuff, he's coming back. He's coming back. He's going to come back healthy, and he's probably going to have a much better season than he did. Aguilar, still got Aguilar. You got Mike Wallace. We forgot about Mike Wallace. They got him
They did
last
did?
week.
Oh, geez, I didn't even notice
Yeah.
that.
They signed Mike Wallace. They have Mike Wallace. They got a new deep threat. What else? They're gonna have a full season of Jay Ajay and Corey Clement. Jay Ajay and Corey Clement. So
So the interesting thing to be seen is if it's a situation like I think it was like the '89 Phillies, where everyone was just having a career season all at the same time.
you mean the '93 Phillies?
That's what it was, '93, where everyone just had their career year at the same exact time.
I don't think so.
So we'll see if some people just overachieved last season.
Because Alshon Jeffrey didn't have a career year last year.
No, but it takes more than one player in football.
It's the whole team.
Yeah, Brandon Graham has been playing on par with how he's been playing the past 3 or 4 seasons. So
I mean more like not the star players. I mean more like the role players might have been
the secondary
overachieving.
overachieved, but they also got Sidney Jones coming. They're gonna have Sidney Jones for a full season. They'll have Ronald Darby for hopefully a full season if they don't decide to trade him or not. They'll have Jalen Mills, I think the way his on-field performance is better than his statistical performance.
Are you saying stats lie?
No, I'm just saying that sometimes
Analytics have no place in sports.
Sometimes stats aren't fully indicative of a player's.
Analytics have no place in sports.
Jalen Mills.
We have to keep sports the exact same. Nobody can ever.
Jalen Mills was a third alternate for
Okay,
Pro Bowl.
Charles Barkley.
How many Patriot cornerbacks were third alternates?
Third alternates?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to the third alternates of a Pro Bowl
Yeah.
roster.
Checkmate.
Okay.
What's next? Probably March Madness because that's also been going on.
Yeah. So if you just want to start off talking about how our overall brackets look.
Yeah.
So, I
do
got-
we have screenshots of them?
I got the stats right now. By some miracle, I don't understand how. I am in first place in our bracket challenge by 30 points. With a 87% correct bracket. I think the numbers are a bit skewed because
Yeah.
obviously, like,
How many of your Final Four did you have right?
2.
That's not bad actually.
Yeah, I called Kansas and Villanova on the Final Four, and I think I had like, I think I had Xavier and UNC, and obviously they're both out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I called the Final Four correctly, which was cool.
Well, one half of it.
Well,
Half.
yeah, half of it. My mistake.
Yeah.
Jack's out.
Yeah, I had a very rough Sunday. The first weekend in the tournament, I was doing really, really good. Thursday, I was having all my picks were everything was coming up Millhouse, and then the Ohio State South Dakota State game happened, where South Dakota State came back from 10 points down with like a minute left in the game. They just tied the game at 70, and then they promptly gave up a 4-point play, and then on the Ohio State's next possession, they gave up a 3-point play. So then my bracket just completely tore apart after that.
So
And also, my championship matchup was North Carolina versus Michigan State, and if no one was paying attention, they both lost on the same day within an hour of each other.
yeah. So back to the actual standings. So I'm in first place, 660 points with 87% correctness. Mike is in a close second, only 30 points behind, 630, with 76.9% correctness. And Jack is in third place with 450 points,
And
21.6% correctness.
I had a very, very bad first weekend.
so I also want to mention that Monty's lead right now is from the first and second rounds for Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. We've had the exact same scores.
Yeah, so
I also got the Final Four half correct.
yeah,
I
so I
only picked Villanova.
think either way, I think it's pretty safe to say that I'm probably going to win because we have the exact same Final Four and we have the exact same
winner.
national champion.
So,
Mike
yeah,
and I
so-
both think that Villanova is cutting the nets down this year.
every year that
Antonio.
Villanova has not lost the second in the past like 5 tournaments, every year that Villanova has not lost in the second round, they've gone on to win it all. So, another, what was I gonna say?
Well, we didn't talk about the biggest thing that has happened.
First time in tournament history that a 16 seed has beaten a 1 seed happened between 16 seed UMBC and 1 seed UVA.
Number 1 overall seed.
Yeah, number 1 overall seed.
By a 20-point margin.
Just absolutely demolished Virginia.
It was like
Well, the first half it was a close game.
They
It was
should.
21-21.
That almost makes it worse.
This was happening while we were at the Sixers game too.
Yeah.
I remember I went to Wendy's to get my 4 for 4 because I was starving and everything at the Wells Fargo Center is overpriced. If Josh Harris, if you're listening, lower your stadium prices, please.
give us
Yeah,
seat
give
in
us
the press box.
give us a whole milk discount.
Yeah.
You don't want
We're
to sit in the
pressed.
press box.
We're pressed.
You don't want to sit in the press box at the Sixers game.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah,
You can't see anything.
no.
You're just watching ants bounce a
All right,
ball.
well then let's sit next to Mark Zumoff.
Yeah.
And
Let's get on the floor.
yeah.
Yeah.
we'll sit on the floor. at the
Yeah,
announcer's
Josh
table.
Harris, give us courtside seats for having to deal with the cursing of your fans, because there was a kid sitting right there. Yeah, 16 beat a 1. I turned on the radio and I heard something about how someone made a shot, and I was like, "Oh, Virginia's probably running away with the game." And they're like, "UMBC is up 10." And I'm like, "What?" And So I raced home. I turned the TV on, and I'm watching this game, and UMBC just could not miss. And Virginia, their whole style of play is they like to play real slow because they play good defense. But they were just getting shellacked by UMBC, and they just did not know what to do. And
So unfortunately, UMBC's run ended in the second round.
the last 5 minutes of that game was hilarious because all the announcers kept going like Virginia. They still thought Virginia was going to make a comeback up until there was like 30 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, witness history."
And also,
here.
the whole last 5 minutes of the game was hilarious because Virginia's coach had the same look on his face the entire second half, basically.
Yeah, I think everyone that's a part of that Virginia team should just be disappointed.
Yeah, well, Virginia's never going to be able to live that down, at least until the next time a 16 beats a 1.
Which, who knows how long that's going to be. How many years was it?
It was like they were like 0-131 up until, and then everyone thought it was going to be Penn that was going to beat Kansas because Penn was a scary 16 seed,
Yeah.
but instead we had
UMBC.
So now when you're making your brackets, you can't always just immediately make the 1 seeds advance.
first round. You got to think about it. 16 seeds are only 0-1 in the second round.
Got to really think about it.
Yeah, the 16 seed has only lost to a 9 seed once.
Yeah. What if they end up going against the 8 seed?
We're even farther away from anybody ever picking
I mean,
a perfect bracket.
I
again.
really wanted UMBC to make it to the Sweet 16 because they did almost beat Kansas State.
Yeah, it was a close game.
50 to 43, they lost to Kansas State.
But
So 7-point
it was
margin.
just that luck. The shots they were hitting on Friday just weren't falling on Sunday.
Yeah. I like the joke that the UMBC coach had to go out and buy new suits because he only packed 1.
Yeah.
Because he was not expecting to win, and he most likely did not have a win speech prepared.
Yeah. It was a very
Wow, great job, guys. All right, let's go get some ice cream.
Once that happened, pretty much like everything fell apart because all the top seeds started losing in like the left side of the bracket.
Yeah, UNC was knocked out. Defending champs.
Yeah, defending
2
champions
seed.
were knocked out. Xavier was knocked out. Michigan State was knocked out. Like the whole first week, like Saturday and Sunday was like a ton of upsets. Like all the top seeds lost.
Oh wow, I did not realize how much UNC got smacked by
Yeah, they got
Texas.
smacked.
By
86-65.
Oof.
And then Texas A&M, well, they made it to the Elite Eight, and then they lost to Michigan. No,
Yeah, they lost to Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Texas A&M was a 7. Why am I thinking they were a 3?
No, Michigan
Yeah,
was
because
the
the
three.
left side of
the
the bracket came down to Texas A&M, Michigan, Loyola Chicago, and Kansas State. And Loyola Chicago is our Cinderella team this year. The team no one expected to do anything. I actually picked them to beat Miami, but I didn't pick them to go any further than that.
An interesting fact is that Loyola Chicago has had the Cinderella run for the ages. They won by 2 points or less in the first, second, and third round. So
Yeah, because they made a buzzer beater against Miami to win, and then they made a buzzer beater to beat Tennessee. And then I think Nevada almost came back against them in the Sweet 16, but they managed to hold on.
Yeah, their best win was in the Sweet 16. Or no,
The Elite Eight.
Elite 8, yeah, Elite 8.
So now they're going to play Michigan. I do want to see Loyola Chicago make it to the final because it would be cool. I have nothing to root for at this point because my bracket is completely falling apart. My claim to
21.
fame with March Madness is 3 years ago I had the perfect Final Four, and I had all the Elite Eight teams right except for Villanova. And I had all the Elite Eight teams right except I had Villanova in the Elite Eight, and they lost in the second round that year.
I was distraught.
And then Kentucky lost to a bunch of white guys, and I lost a ton of money.
So, I think this has been by far my best bracket because usually I'm around the 50% correct range.
This is the second bracket I've ever made.
Well, that's on you.
I'm surprised. I'm like,
I think
wow.
This is the 4th bracket? Yeah, because I made one sophomore year.
Yeah, well, the first time you made one, you picked Weber State.
Yeah, I picked Weber State to just upset of the century and win the championship. Sad to say they did not get that far. They lost the first game.
Round.
But it was fun. It was fun to believe.
So, predictions of the matchup. We have 11 Loyola Chicago versus 3 seed Michigan.
I want Loyola Chicago to win.
Yeah.
I want
I mean, who
Loyola
doesn't at
Chicago to
this
win,
point?
but my gut tells me that Michigan is.
I think what Sister Jean? We got the picture of Sister Jean. Pull her up.
Yeah. Sister
Pull up
Jean.
that wonderful woman.
Sister Jean.
92 years old. She's praying for her team, cheering her team on. One of the most dedicated 92-year-old women I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, but is she just gonna be another Grandma Millie where on their biggest stage they get blown out?
No, I don't think so. Because Grandma Millie, how old was she?
Over 100.
She was 100. Now, Sister Jean, she's 8 years older.
8 years younger. you mean.
Younger.
8 years younger. My mistake.
Oh, you're good at math.
Yeah, I'm. My brain's
How's your
fried.
pre-cal class going?
How did this kid get into the leadership academy?
Yeah, how's your pre-cal class
Brian
going?
Everett, if you're
Terrible.
listening, if you're listening, I think you need to investigate your student Anthony Monte Carlo, the third.
Yeah, check his math skills.
There's another guy too. Jack,
Test
can you
him.
name him?
Dr. Demersion.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, how many triangles can fit in a square? Yeah, answer that.
4.
I didn't tell you the size of the triangle or the size of the square.
Well, it's 4 triangles. I mean,
But yeah, I don't know. Besides Michigan fans, who's rooting for Michigan? Because why would you not want the 11th seed that came out of nowhere to
I think
have a chance?
If you picked Michigan to win it all.
Maybe.
I think there was only a few people that had Michigan winning it all.
Mm.
Is the bracket leaderboard still pulled up?
Uh,
Because I know I had it pulled up.
yes.
Yeah, pull that up. Put it on the screen maybe if you want.
Whoops, nope.
No, not the official one on ESPN. There's
Oh.
the bracket leaderboard.
Oh, the leaderboard.
Yeah. I remember seeing a few that had Michigan as their final.
The person with the best bracket right now has Michigan as winning.
Yeah.
Let's look at this person. Oh wait, does that say 3 people have this bracket? Let's just cross over so we can see.
This just
Yeah,
in.
3 people have the bracket.
This just in. Carson Wentz is hanging out with Jordan Hicks, Trey Burton, and Chris Maragos. He's on a boat. It looks like somewhere in the Caribbean, maybe Florida, but he's with his fiance.
Yeah, is he on his honeymoon?
He's-
Did they
he's-
get married yet or no?
No, they just got engaged like a month ago.
I don't know. Jack, you think I keep up with it?
Although I don't know, because he's apparently only been in a relationship with her for like,
For like only a couple months.
yeah. But he's not wearing a brace.
So yeah, so they have it Michigan, Kansas with Michigan winning.
I think it's still crazy that they picked the Final Four correctly.
Yeah, the fact that they expected Loyola Chicago to get that far.
They're probably just picking by uniforms.
And they got that far. There's a couple other that right below that. There's a couple that are at the 10:30.
Look at the bracket that has Villanova. The highest bracket that has Villanova.
This one also somehow predicted the Final Four, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they have them going against Michigan also. So
You could pull up our group too.
yeah,
If you
that
looked up.
no one else joined.
Nobody else joined.
Ooh, look
Yeah,
at
what the hell? Where are all our fans at when we need them?
look at this person. The 11th score has Chicago winning.
we're looking at you, Spencer.
Guess we're just gonna have to hold on to the T-shirt.
Oh, look at this. The T-shirt that doesn't exist.
Is it? Well,
My dad didn't even join it. He said he was and didn't.
I think
Thanks,
the two
Dad.
losers.
Yeah, my dad lied to me.
I think the 2 losers of the challenge should buy the winner a T-shirt.
Oh, you're saying this now
Okay,
is your
yeah,
guaranteed to
What-
win?
So so I'm gonna set the rules for it right now. It can be whatever T-shirt we want.
Oh, so we're just gonna get a picture of your face and it says this person is stupid.
Yeah.
Like there we
just
go.
gonna-
I'd wear that. I'd wear a T-shirt like that.
Yeah. So, I want Loyola Chicago to win, and I think Villanova will also win.
Yeah, so let's look at Monty's bracket.
I picked the entire almost the entire Midwest right, which I thought was cool. Only off by a few matchups.
I was also off by 1 for the Midwest.
Yeah.
Or no, for the West, not the Midwest. Yeah. So when's the next set of games?
Saturday.
Saturday. So
Yeah,
Final
Saturday 31st.
Just
and the
remember, it's
finals on
Easter
April
this
2nd.
Sunday, but we actually don't have off for it at all. So
Hey, to celebrate Easter, I went to the mall and took a picture of my dog.
to
Your dog
celebrate
that wears
Easter,
clothes.
Yeah,
to
he
cele-
wore,
Not,
yeah,
not the way things are supposed to be.
yeah, he wore his polo. He wore his Sunday's best. I also wore a polo. When I handed him to the Easter Bunny, he took one look at the Easter Bunny and was like, I don't want to be in his arms anymore, and was really sad until
Take-
I held him.
Take me back, Mike, please.
Yeah, and then once I held him, he had a big old smile on his face with his tongue out. He was so happy.
What if he was sad that he had clothes on?
No, because he was happy once I held him.
What if he
Did
was
he?
What if he was getting nervous? Like he just started sweating.
He got nervous because he saw a rabbit that he usually barks at, like human-sized. It freaked him out.
did he lick the Easter Bunny's ears?
No, I didn't hold him up against the top of the head of the Easter Bunny.
Did he hump the Easter Bunny's leg?
No, he was just kind
Did
of like,
he latch onto his arm and start humping him?
no,
No, he
didn't-
wears clothes, Jack. Apparently, wearing clothes is like more civilized than a dog that doesn't wear clothes.
He that is true. Vino is uncivilized.
No, he's civilized. He just yells. He yells like a person.
That's an uncivilized person.
So you're calling me uncivilized?
Yeah, yeah, I am. If you just scream randomly, and you can't say actual words.
Well, no, I say words while I scream.
Jack, what's your input on this on screaming and uncivilizations?
What?
Is Monty uncivilized?
Because he screams?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, don't
See,
like basketball
ca-
players scream sometimes?
Case closed. But they scream out of anger. If you're screaming for no reason, then
I
you're
scream out of
uncivilized.
anger.
Yeah, but they also make a lot of money, so they're in high stakes situations.
Okay.
Are you in high stakes situations?
Yeah, I'm in college.
Mm.
What? You gonna argue with me about that?
Ooh, yeah. You go to the weakest campus of the three academically.
How dare you talk about my school like that? How dare you? Yeah, you should be. That's a strike.
Ooh,
You're dissing your own school.
I am.
Like
You're
this school
supposed to
allows us
represent Rutgers Camden right now, Mike.
put Sister Jean back on. You know, I need somebody to calm me down. I need to look at the reassuring face of Sister Jean. Oh, okay. I guess not.
March Madness.
All right. I'm gonna yell. You're gonna make me yell, Mike. Do you want me to? Do you want to make me yell?
I'll solve this. I'll just lower your mic.
Okay.
No.
All right. So what else? What other sports news we
yeah,
gotta talk about?
What stuff can we freestyle?
Phillies.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about the
Baseball starts
Phillies.
tomorrow.
Ooh, let me look at the pictures. Ooh, you did not put up the Phillies picture.
All right. Well, get one.
Ooh, I gotta do it on
we
the fly.
have one.
I leave the tech for one day and it all falls apart.
Yep, there we go. Just throw that on.
So, some Phillies talk. What we got?
There we go.
Scott Kingery,
Jake Arrieta.
Jake Arrieta,
That was the big one.
Muscle Man Gabe Kapler. Apparently, he's a really nice guy.
Jack, get your attention. We're talking Phillies.
Get off your phone, Jack.
I'm sorry. I'm reviewing the housing contract.
Well, listen, Jack. They're still gonna be there.
Yeah, the houses aren't gonna get up and move.
Yeah, they are. They aren't getting up and moving anywhere. So,
You're not gonna wake
and
up
he's
in
still
your
on his
dorm
phone.
and you're in a
All right,
different.
that's a strike.
Ooh,
Get him out of here.
Another strike.
Shut his mic off.
Ooh.
Between you and me and now, Mike. Have a
Ooh.
good.
Yeah, okay. The buddy who says nothing half the show, all of a sudden wants to.
It's because you don't give me a chance to talk, Jack.
No,
That's why.
yeah, we do. You just don't say
No, I
anything.
just don't want to interrupt you.
How does that make you feel?
Huh?
And
How does that make you feel?
Yeah.
What? Like,
Yeah. What? How does that make you feel, Monty?
Yeah, how does it make you feel?
how does
Like, what do you
make
mean
me
by
feel?
what makes you feel like that?
Yeah, yeah. Why do you feel like that?
How do I? Why
how
do
do
I
you
feel
feel,
like
Mon?
what?
How do you feel?
Being cut off
Yeah,
in
what?
the middle of my sentences?
How does
what?
that make
how
you
does
feel?
it? Yeah. How does it make you feel?
Makes me feel a little
Hey,
upset.
yeah.
let's-
What,
let's get
what
to the
does
bottom
it
of
make you
this.
feel like?
Sad.
What?
Makes you feel sad.
Makes me feel upset. Yeah. I don't want to cut you guys off in the middle of a broadcast.
But you
That's
do.
why I feel like I can't interject.
But you do it when we're home.
Well, yeah, but that's different.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yes.
You know,
I've
Monty,
got-
next time your grandma comes into CVS, I'll tell her that you're being a little mean.
She's
You're being a bit of a
listening
bully.
right now, Jack. I hope now.
Yeah, so she knows.
Yeah, Grandma Monty.
She'll know.
Anthony's being a little mean.
She knows. I did a great job bringing her up on Sunday. I made some conversation with her not related to the transactions. So
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at Jack, overachiever
Yeah.
right there.
yeah, you know, I might be Mr. Manager soon at CVS. So big old tough guy.
I hope not.
You come walking in. I could kick you out just for being there because I have the right.
Yeah, but then I can say, oh, well, he's discriminating me in a public facility, and
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
yeah,
What,
you lose
what
your
are you
job.
gonna say?
Huh?
What are you gonna say?
You
Why did he
discriminated
kick me
because
out?
he's Italian.
Yeah, but what are you gonna say to the cop? If
What am I going to say to the cop? He
Yeah.
discriminated upon my rights
And what
in
if
a
he,
public facility.
What if he laughs at you? Because it's technically
Well, then-
CVS is private property, actually. So
Okay,
if you decide to loiter in our store, I can just kick
I'm
you
not
out.
loitering
no,
in the store.
No, you
I'm
said
coming
you'd
in.
kick him out the instant he walked in. That's
Yeah,
discrimination.
we're also allowed to deny service to anyone we feel.
Are you sure that's the way it works, Jack?
Are you sure that's how it works in Jersey?
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah.
I bet you. I mean, this is a sports talk show. I'm not gonna do it, but I bet you that I can look up New Jersey state codes, and there is a code that says you cannot discriminate in any public or private establishment, like
Yeah,
a
probably.
store.
Is this how we're spending the last 10 minutes?
Let's keep going.
Last 10 minutes. We got 40 minutes left, buddy.
Well,
No,
actually,
no.
this is exactly what I said was going to happen, Monty. We were going to talk about everything, and
All right,
I said
well-
we should have just waited until we talked about everything we wanted to talk about. And now look at where we are.
We still got
where we got to
plenty
fill
stuff
an
to talk
extra 40
about.
minutes with stuff that we don't know what to talk about yet.
Yeah.
So this is Monty deserves a
we-
strike
we-
for
we-
not planning.
we
for
once
not
a-
planning the show out well.
Yeah. We once again.
Why are you so
talk-
angry? You get so angry.
Jack didn't have his lunch today.
He you know what?
I did. I had a quality slice at the dining hall, fresh out of the pizza oven.
You
I
wish
would
it came
call
out of the oven.
You think I yell?
Maybe.
He just yelled for a good.
He's getting emotional.
Okay.
Yeah, I care about the success of this program,
All right.
Monty. You're not
So do
helping.
I.
Well, no, I will say this. We have an outside neutral party named Jeremy who says 2 strikes for Jack, but he also says make it a non-sports chat and make it a clone hero chat. So I'm not sure if that nullifies everything.
Well, I mean,
Um,
like we could just talk about.
So we can do some throwback stuff that we remembered that we haven't gotten to talk about, like when J.R. Smith got suspended because he threw soup at an assistant coach.
That happened.
Yeah,
So we're not going with
But-
the clone hero thing?
but he doesn't remember what soup it was, which greatly makes everyone sad. Wait, can he actually hear us? Do you have the mic on?
Yeah, it's
Are you in the?
He's had
Wait,
he's
let's-
had the
let's-
microphone
oh my
on
God.
the entire
Let's
show.
get him on the air.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
get him on.
Special guest. They get a live feed.
Let's get the system hooked up.
Are we
Someone,
really doing this?
someone pass the phone.
We're gonna
Special-
get kicked
special
out of
guest.
the radio station.
No, we aren't.
For inviting a guest on to talk sports with us.
Yeah.
Well, just Jeremy. What's Jeremy gonna talk about? All you're gonna hear is.
He's not playing Clone
from the
Hero.
Guitar Hero guitar.
Well, he's in the main menu right now, so you're good.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's get this going. Let's
I could talk a little MLS. Oh wait, apparently Jack hates soccer. Jack hates
Who
all
cares
sports.
about MLS? What happened that we
Ooh,
should? What
ooh,
happened
wait,
that
wait.
we should care about?
Zlatan
There's
Ibrahimovic.
another retirement home another European player came to get a cushy retirement job, playing for the U.S. Soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what all the MLS is. It's the retirement home for
So-
has been
so-
European players.
What's wrong with that?
Everything. You want U.S. Soccer to be better. You don't want them to just continually give jobs.
Okay, that's a big name coming to U.S. Soccer, and he's still fairly good. Do you even watch soccer, Jack?
You just don't get it.
No, I do get it.
No, you don't.
I guarantee I watch soccer more than you. I don't even actively watch it.
Why?
Hey, Jeremy, you're on the air.
Oh, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Say hi to the
Yeah.
audience, Jeremy.
No.
What do you got to say?
I don't have anything to say.
How do you feel
Jeremy.
about anime?
I'm trying to play Tenacious D right now.
I told you he's playing.
What's your thought on the Sixers playoff
You're
playoff
still
chances?
in the menus, Jeremy.
I just failed the song because of this phone call.
I can't believe we're actually doing this.
Well, we do have 30 minutes to go.
Yeah, we got
the
some time.
Setup of me like holding my phone against my thing while trying to
Put the
play
whole
a
milk
song.
logo up. If we're not talking about sports, put the logo up. Come on now.
You can put grandma.
We're not uncivilized.
Ooh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you know what? Because mommy's on there, you know what I'm gonna do?
What?
Where is it? Start that song.
All right. So Jeremy, do you have anything to say about the history of sports?
Sports are dumb.
All right. Thank you, Jeremy.
All right. Well, yeah. Hang him up.
That was our first caller that was not a previous member.
And probably the last.
And he didn't even willingly call in.
Yeah. So
No, he did.
let's call our next member.
You call him Spencer?
No,
Who are you calling?
I'm calling someone that will actually potentially talk about sports.
Who the hell are you calling?
I don't even know if he'll answer.
Are you calling your dad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's been wondering about. Hey, you're on the air.
Hey, wonderful.
So, because we have a lot of time to cover, you could talk about what do you think the Giants are going to do with their second overall pick?
Well, I really hope that they go after Penn State running back. I really think that's the first need that they need to fulfill.
What if Cleveland
I think
takes him?
Eli will still be there for a couple of years, and they always have time to bring up another QB.
How many more years do you think Eli has?
I think he has another 2 or 3 in him.
Okay. So what if the Browns manage to take Barkley first pick? Do you think they trade back?
Possibly, or maybe they'll go after offensive linemen.
Speaking of offensive linemen, they just signed Nate Solder to I think a 4-year deal this offseason for left tackle. So
They still could use an offensive guard.
Yeah.
And the one kid that destroyed the bench press record, trying to think, was it Penn State? Guard?
I remember it was a guard, but I don't
He did
remember
like
what college.
32 or 35 reps.
Yeah, he did really well.
Isn't there?
I think the record still.
Truthfully, I hope they get rid of Beckham.
What do you think? Who do you think they trade him to?
Yeah, where do you think
Yeah.
Beckham gets traded to?
Who do I think he would get traded to?
Do you think? Well, more generally, do you think he's staying in the NFC or is he going to the AFC?
I think if they were going to trade him, they'd want to get him to the AFC if possible. But definitely New England could have a need for him.
What do you think their asking price would be?
I would say easily second-round pick. At least 2 to 3 picks. And
Okay.
possibly some money compensation.
Well, they said the asking price they at least 2 first rounds.
Really, they're asking
Yeah.
for 2 first rounds?
I saw that today.
No,
He's a
that's
great
the first
great
round now.
dancer. We know that now. He's fantastic at dancing with Eli Manning.
Yeah.
I don't know if they could separate them two.
When the Eagles play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's available, the GM said. So,
It's a seller's market.
seller's smart. Yeah, but I don't think you can move Beckham if they're asking for 2 firsts. Unless
No,
the
they
Browns go
wouldn't ask for
crazy.
2 firsts.
They're just trying to bargain high, so some team will make them an offer that they
I just
actually
think
are
it's a
happy with.
Huge disruption for the team.
Mm. What about Eli Apple? He said he was given a fresh start. How do you think he'll manage?
That should be interesting. We shall see. It won't take long to find out.
That is true. Do you think something will come out during spring training?
I'm not really sure who the total roster is who would be coming up at this point right now.
All right. What do you think of the Eagles' moves they've made so far?
Well, their defensive end could be an issue, but we'll see what happens through the judicial system.
Innocent till proven guilty.
Yeah. All right. How do you think? How do you think?
Is the Patriots dynasty over?
Yeah. Let's go with that. Do you think the Patriots dynasty is falling apart, like Monty and Jack so truly believe?
Yeah,
I really think they're going to be in a rebuilding phase right now.
yeah. I
They'll
think
have a couple years with the quarterback, and then he'll be training his predecessor.
So do you think they draft one this year if they're first or second pick?
I think they probably will.
they probably should.
Yeah.
Because they gotta
Clock's-
get a new person for Brady.
Clock's
to
ticking
get
on
insane-
Tom Brady.
Yeah, they gotta get something with someone else he's gonna be insanely jealous about.
See, you know who'd get bionic limbs? Tom Brady would. Yeah, if he had the ability to, he'd do it. Reserves more water for the rest of his body.
Yeah.
Less sunburn, less places to get sunburnt.
Oh, he doesn't get sunburn. He's immune. He drinks water. Let's get back to our caller. Yeah. What are your predictions for the Eagles next season and the Giants?
I think the Giants, it's going to be a rebuilding year. The Eagles will definitely make it back to the playoffs. I think they'll possibly get to the NFC championship.
Do you see it as a rematch versus the Vikings again? Now that they got Kirk Cousins?
No, I don't think it will be a rematch because it's so hard to get back to that level. It'll even be hard for the Eagles to get back because not really sure what's going to happen with both quarterbacks. You know, coming off an ACL, MCL is a very tough injury to come back from. Even though you see him when he's throwing balls in the bubble, it takes an awful long time to come back from that. I really don't think he's probably going to be back until about maybe the fifth game of the season.
Oh, you really think it's going to be that late in? Do you think Foles will be able to hold the ship until then?
Well, that's if Foles are still going to be there. Still don't
He
know what's
he
going to
will
happen
be.
in that aspect.
I think, what was it, 11 million was already guaranteed by him being on the roster this long?
No, not 11, like 8.
Oh, 8? Okay. So I think it's safe to say at this point that they're keeping him.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try to keep him because Howie Roseman said it himself. Like, essentially, Nick Foles is their best insurance policy, and if there is a market for him, it's going to be a high price to pay to get him to leave Philadelphia.
Well, the one thing you have to look at with Foles, he has 1 year left on his contract, and depends on what he really wants to do in his aspirations in his career. If he wants to go forward, he can make an awful lot of money in the next year. So the Eagles have to play. Either they're going to pay him to keep him, or after a year, they're not going to get anything for him. So it's going to be interesting how that plays out.
I mean, they could play the comp pick game and get potentially a third-round pick from him.
Well, it all depends what they're going to do, and it's going to really depend on Wentz. But for him, it would make the most sense to leave because that's where he's going to make his most money.
I can't see him leaving though. That's my thing. I feel like he's just happy with being the backup.
Maybe. What was his did he want to do when he retired? Become a pastor, right?
Yeah.
He was thinking about becoming a pastor.
Yeah. But maybe
Yeah, he lives right down the block from where I am now.
oh,
I'll have to pay him a visit sometime.
yeah, I didn't realize that. Maybe I'll go visit him and just be like, why'd you have to make that catch?
Yeah.
Why didn't you
Why
sneeze?
have better hands than Tom Brady?
All right, so that was an overthrow.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Sounds like what happened to Tom Brady. He was overthrown. He couldn't catch it.
That's what I mean.
Well, Mr. Maloney, thank you very much for letting me be on WCCR. I unfortunately do have to go,
Okay.
but I will look forward to listening in the future.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Second caller.
And more sports talk that time.
Yeah, we had actual sports talk that time.
So let's actually talk some baseball now. We got a little sidetracked there.
Yeah, I don't have other contacts I can call to get some sports knowledge out of.
I could call my grandpa. He hasn't watched the Phillies because he's not too sure about Gabe Kapler yet. But
Gabe Kapler is he's quite in shape.
He is an interesting figure. So let's go back over to the Phillies. So they signed Jake Arrieta. That's the big thing right there. That shows that the team has more confidence in themselves than maybe their fans do.
They could make a dark horse run for the wild card. That's what everyone's saying.
Yeah, maybe. What do you think they're gonna hover around?
win percentage?
I think if they're at least sniff going 500, it's a successful season.
So you suggest they're gonna be sub 500?
I say 70 wins is a realistic expectation for them if everyone plays like they should. Because we also have to remember they have a ton of young guys playing their first significant Major League Baseball time.
Yeah, it's a
But
young
this
team.
is the year. The players they drafted 5 years ago when this all started, this falling apart, finally coming in.
They're using the same strategy that the
Astros.
and didn't also the Royals and Cubs.
The Royals didn't really have young talent. The Cubs, yes.
Okay.
They're just slowly bringing everybody up, and then it'll all click like magically one year. But we gotta have a year where we make a playoff run and then we fall just short. Like we lose. We gotta have a year where we lose in like the LCS or where we lose in the NLCS or the NLDS. But I think they could be good if Rhys Hoskins plays like how he was playing at the end of last season. If Jake Arrieta, pitches like the ace he's being paid to be. If Aaron Nola continues his hot. He was hot when he closed out the season, so.
Do you think Jake Arrieta can maybe regain some of his form from like 2015? Where he had a sub 2 ERA?
I don't think so.
Do you think
he's too old now?
So what do you think he's going to be around now? Do you think he's going to
A 3.
3?
Yeah.
So better than last year?
Yeah. I think he'll have a better season than last year, but because I don't think there's as much pressure on him because it's not like he's playing on the Cubs where they have to, where they have to follow up a World Series title. They're just kind of the Phillies are just kind of like the Phillies are just people just want them to be fun again. We can't have another 100-loss season.
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm 100% certain that I do not. I want all 4 Philadelphia sports good at the same time again, because the last time it happened, I was too young to enjoy it.
What year was that?
I think like 2010 when the Phillies lost to the Giants in the NLCS. The Flyers made their Stanley Cup run. The Eagles made the playoffs. I think that was the good year with Vic.
That was his first year back.
Yeah. Well, like the first year where he got significant starting time. And the and the Sixers I think would like eke into the playoffs. And I think we're hitting that point now because talking Flyers, we're not going to talk a lot about them. They lost in overtime last night.
So wait, are we switching over to talking hockey?
Yeah, but for a short bit.
All right, that's fine.
And never
so
again.
the Flyers lost last night, but they got a point. They lost in overtime. It's a war of attrition at this point. The NHL season ends in like 6 games, and the Flyers if the Flyers could still miss the playoffs, but they are in control of their own destiny, I think, if they just play well enough.
Do you know the record right now?
NHL records are always hard. They're like, because like they have a bunch of overtime losses, so it kind of like skews their record a bit, but they have like 90-something points, which is pretty good.
I did not realize there was this many games played in hockey.
82. They are 38, 25, and 14. So if you count their overtime losses as losses, they're 38 and 39.
So wait, why is overtime losses counted separately than?
Because they gain a point for them.
Oh, I forgot.
So it's
off
like
of a
it's
point
3 points
system.
for a win, and then it's a point for an overtime game. It's a point if you lose in overtime.
Is it still 3 points if you win in overtime?
Yes.
Hmm.
So that we have that. So yeah, the Flyers are probably going to make the playoffs. I can't see them doing much in the playoffs though. In other news, the Golden Knights, they are the first expansion team to have a winning record in their first season and make the playoffs.
Ooh,
So
they are in first place.
yeah, they
in
have
the
like over
Pacific
100
Division.
points.
I was wondering why I didn't recognize that name at all.
Because they're brand new. Just started playing this year. Their jerseys are kind of cool.
Speaking of jerseys, has your MVP jersey
Nope.
come in yet?
Oh wait, we have to tell our listeners. We have to explain it to them.
So, the Philadelphia 76ers on their Twitter, they had a contest where you could sign up to potentially win a Joel Embiid All-Star jersey. So me being me and me caring about my friends, I sent the link to Mike and Jack Jack won.
Yeah, I did like 4 weeks ago.
And his jersey still hasn't come
Yeah,
yet.
I mean apparently they're on back order, so I was gonna get a tracking number when the shipment goes out, but I was told it would take 2 weeks, and it's been more than 2 weeks. And I've also followed up with the person who emailed me about the contest twice, and she still hasn't answered me. So Alyssa from the Philadelphia 76ers team, public relations team or whatever, send me this jersey or I'm going to come walking down to the practice facility. You know, we're just down the road. I'm going to come in asking where it is.
Is that a threat?
No, it's not a threat. I'm just saying I'm going
That's a threat.
to find her in person.
That's a strike.
Ooh, that's a lot of strikes.
I'm just saying I just want to know cuz I want it. Cuz not everyone has a Joel Embiid All-Star game jersey.
Why don't you just buy one of the kid-sized ones for like $30?
Cuz am I going to fit in that?
Maybe.
Maybe if you buy an extra big one.
Maybe if you just get it hemmed out a little bit at the sides. Just squeeze right
Look,
in.
I expect
You won't be able to take it off,
I
but-
hope it comes before the game on Tuesday, so I can wear it.
Don't worry, you'll get it when Joel Embiid retires.
Yeah, be like, oh hey, here's your All-Star game jersey from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
What?
And it's not brand new. It's just been sitting in a warehouse for
Yeah.
10 years.
It
Yeah,
had
so
your
we fi-
address stamped on it, but no one ever.
So it's kind of musty.
I'm starting to wonder if the person who contacted me about the contest lost their job.
Maybe you should ask her.
Yeah. Hey,
Send another email. Ask you.
No,
hey,
I
did
sent
you
her an
lose your
email
job?
on Monday and she never answered.
just message someone else in the organization and
I
say
don't. How can
this
I
person's
contact
not doing
anyone?
their job. Go on the Sixers website and just go to contact us.
Listen, the Sixers keep emailing me about my experience with the Philadelphia 76ers when I bought Sixers tickets like once.
Oh.
So, apparently I got some insider info. So,
Some insider trading.
Some insider connections.
Yeah, what's the 76ers stock price?
I don't know.
When's Josh Harris going to sell all his assets?
Yeah, when are the Sixers going public?
Yeah. When are we going to be able to buy into the esports team? Did you know that the Fanatic has an esports show?
Really?
Yes. I know because when I get in the car and have to leave work at 12 o'clock on a Saturday, at 10 o'clock on a Saturday, it's on. It sucks.
What esports do they cover?
I think
Overwatch?
anything. They were talking about Overwatch.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
all
they-
the people in my group chat talk about.
I think League they talked about.
They don't even have a league team anymore. Got kicked out.
You know what?
They were talking about Nintendo. Like I think it was just like a video game show in general.
Huh.
Because I remember they were talking about Nintendo and like the Nintendo conference.
You want to know what I want to hear more about?
What?
The Philadelphia Spinners, the ultimate frisbee team,
What about the Philadelphia Soul?
the stadium.
When
football
is their
team.
season start up again? You know who I want to know more about? The Rutgers Camden football team.
Yeah, where's that?
If you're a listener and you want to have a Rutgers Camden football team, join our petition because
If you want a
we
Rutgers,
have a couple of good ideas that we never act on because we don't think anyone cares.
if you want a Rutgers Camden badminton team, make that add that.
I think we need to bring back intramural basketball.
Yeah, if you want to bring back intramural 3-on-3 basketball, which I can't understand how it's not a thing at this school.
Enough people here play basketball.
Yeah, I mean, just go into the gym. There's gonna be someone playing basketball.
Every single net's being used every time. So, yeah, just send in a petition.
Yeah.
Send an email to the intramural sports, and just be like, hey, what happened to 3-on-3 basketball? We want to verse Whole Milk and utterly destroy them because they're 3 short white guys.
Yeah, and then Matt will wear a full suit and clap for us on the sidelines.
Yep, I'm the manager.
And shout things that don't pertain to basketball.
Tie your shoes.
Yeah. Tie
Get
his
eight
Wear
out-
deodorant.
Get 8 hours of rest.
Eat your Wheaties.
Also, if you wanna, if you would like to participate in the whole milk gallon challenge,
We're not doing this.
during free period, we're gonna get a table at free period at some point.
Don't.
And if you want to participate, you can come drink a gallon of milk with us, and see whoever can finish it and not throw up can join the show.
Who wants to join the show, Jack?
You'll be a permanent member.
Who wants to join though? Nobody wants to join.
They can get their own show.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll bring. We have enough pull. We can get you a show if you finish a whole gallon
Dude,
of milk.
we don't have to.
There's
have
only
full,
like 2 other
anybody
people
can-
that do shows, I think, consistently anyway. So
Yeah, don't diss our other radio show hosts.
We're
we love our
expanding.
hosts.
We're expanding.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. So yeah, with the whole milk gallon challenge.
it's a thought.
It's a thought. We're hatching it out. We're having some focus groups, testing it out. They all
We're
run
running
out.
some lab experiments. Monty's going to be a research assistant, so he's going to be able to help us out a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Yeah.
I'll get the biology department right on it.
Are-
Study what the average amount of milk that a single person can hold in their stomach is before they puke.
We might have to lower it to the half-gallon challenge.
Or the quart challenge.
The 3 quarts challenge.
Or the what's the smallest amount of, or the
A pint.
Yeah.
whole
pint
milk.
The
Whole milk.
28 pint challenge.
Yeah, whole milk.
That's what we'll do for
You know, let's just do shots. Milk shots.
You had to
I
save
was just about to say, I was like,
Oh, could you just imagine someone's
Can't
walking
say-
in the campus center and they hear shot, 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 and they go over and it's just people pounding milk.
Fight milk.
I mean, Spencer's up for it.
All right, we have one person that doesn't go to this school that's up for. Is it?
well,
wait,
he's gonna transfer
Part of
here.
the
Yeah,
away-
he's
no,
got
part
it.
of
Yeah,
the away
you have
team.
to be. All right, so here's the rule. The one rule is that you have to be a student of Rutgers Camden in order to participate in the challenge.
Okay. So is he a proponent of the half gallon, 3 quarts, whole gallon, or shots of milk? Which one? We need to know. It's important. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What are you playing?
No.
Okay. As you can see, Matt's taking his time off writing his paper very well.
Well,
I
it was due
finished
at
my
5
paper.
It was
o'clock.
yeah,
so.
it was due 20 minutes ago.
I finished. Okay.
Go
I'm
back
very-
to the
I'm proud of
NBA
myself,
playoffs. I
but
want
I'm
to take a
also
little bit.
sad
I
that
want to talk a little bit more
Wait,
about the
wait, wait.
playoffs.
We have this question by Spencer and it's gone unanswered. We must know.
Don't worry, Spencer.
We
You're gonna
must
get a call.
we must know this answer. What he's a proponent of.
Hello?
Hello, you're on air.
Hi.
So we were talking about the gallon challenge. Is that what you're a proponent of, or is it the half gallon challenge, or the 3 quarts gallon challenge, or shots of milk?
Now, I'd be able to go a whole gallon. I don't know about you guys.
I don't
but-
think so.
For anyone, any of these plebeians, I'd have to say you got to bring it down to like a quart probably.
Couldn't you only eat like pudding for 3 months?
Yeah, wasn't
Did
it?
Jackson say something?
Yeah, wasn't it true that you could only have pudding for like 3 months?
What was that?
Wasn't it true that you could only have Puddin for like 3 months of the year?
That was puree. That's because I had mouth surgery.
So your mouth's too weak to handle a gallon of milk,
Yeah.
is what I'm hearing.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
All right, thank you. So, you heard it here first.
He can't drink milk.
He can't drink milk.
It's too hard for him to chew.
A gallon whole milk is too strong for him. He needs to go down to skim milk.
So let's go
Almond
back.
milk.
Let's go back to sports.
Let's
go back to sports.
I guess.
if you're lactose intolerant,
Uh,
you should join.
we
Yeah,
encourage
what
you.
NBA players are lactose intolerant?
TJ McConnell. Let's get TJ McConnell
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the show.
Yeah,
I-
because he was
If
clearly
you
not
actually,
happy.
if you guys want us to have TJ McConnell on the show, start tweeting at him.
Yeah, start a hashtag.
I'll tweet at
Hashtag
the
get TJ on home.
The whole McConnell.
Start tweeting at Marks and Reese WIP.
yeah.
Just start tweeting at a bunch of people. That we should go on at Whole Milk. That's our Twitter. At
What if
Whole
we-
Milk Chat.
What if we called in to Marks and Reese because they're on now? They follow me back, so I guess we're friends.
Okay. So wait. Are you
Friends
suggesting?
in the program.
Wait. Are you suggesting that we call into their show
We
as
call
they
in-
call into
we
our
c-
show?
No, we call into their show, and we do a choice show.
That'll really get them. Yeah. So they call and they go, "You're live," and we go, "You're
Yeah,
live also."
too.
And then
Well,
they'll just
what do
hang
you
up
mean?
on us.
Yeah, and then they hang up.
You
No,
gotta hit them
no,
with the
then
no
you-
you.
They won't. Yeah. You're live. No, you.
What? Yeah, we're also we are a radio show ourselves.
Listen, they follow me back on Twitter, so I mean,
I'm pretty sure they just hang up on us because we're not allowed to advertise.
No, but we're friends. We're not advertising. We're just talking about sports with them.
Yeah, we're just saying that we're also we also are live.
We're not getting anything out of doing this radio show, so why is it advertising? You know.
And we're just saying that we're live. We're not saying that WCCR Rutgers follows. Stuff like
By
that.
the way, you're listening to Whole Milk All Fat Sports Chat on WCCR Rutgers Camden Online Radio.
Yep. Follow us on Twitter at Whole Milk Chat, our Facebook at Whole Milk Chat. Yeah.
I don't
Forgot
feel
to do that.
I think we
Send us some
I
love.
think we need to wrap up the show. I think we're
No,
losing-
we
we're
still
losing-
got-
we're losing focus.
No, we
here.
got 9 minutes left.
Did
Let's
we
go
have
back to the
did
NBA
we have
playoffs.
focus? NBA playoffs. All right, let's go. We're going back in
Speed
time.
round. All right, pull up the playoff picture real quick because I
Playoff-
can't remember all the teams. That
Playoff picture.
Yeah. We'll do quick matchup predictions.
All right, this is stats. Oh, okay, cool.
No, that's fine.
All right, that this looks nice.
All right.
What the
So
boom?
here we go. Speed round. Rockets versus Minnesota.
Rockets.
Easy Rockets. OKC versus New Orleans.
OKC.
Okay,
Yeah,
see.
easy. Portland versus Spurs.
Spurs.
Golden State Warriors versus Jazz. Golden State, obviously.
State. Oh, why can't it be interactive?
So then that leaves us with Rockets versus OKC.
Rockets.
Rockets.
The Rockets. All right, and then
Golden
Spurs
State
versus Golden State.
Golden State.
Golden State. All right, so Golden State versus Rockets.
Golden State.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
There's still Golden State.
Steph Curry will be back in time for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And
He,
KD.
he won't be back in time for the first round.
Yeah, he
That's
will.
guaranteed. No,
No.
Steve Kerr said
It's
Gold-
a potential.
no. Steph Curry is not playing in the first round.
Well, either way, they'll still destroy the
yeah,
Jazz.
they're still gonna beat the Jazz because who's on the Jazz? Like
Donovan Mitchell.
that's about it, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. How many superstars does Golden State have?
Like
Like
6.
all of them.
Yeah.
Their entire starting lineup is all superstars. So,
So
like,
so why are you surprised that the Rockets lose to the Warriors?
because the Rockets have been really good this year. They've hit 60 wins for the first time like ever. They've been around. They've
Yeah,
been
and also
really-
you see how good that record is by the Warriors?
okay.
That's been their worst record the past 4 years. That's how good they are.
Okay.
They're still the Warriors.
I
Yeah.
get that.
So Warriors win the West.
Yeah. All right. So Eastern Conference: Raptors versus Bucks.
Raptors.
Sixers versus Pacers.
Sixers.
Sixers. Cleveland versus
Washington.
Washington.
Cleveland.
And then Boston,
Boston
versus
versus
Miami. Boston.
Boston. Raptors versus Phillies.
So
Sixers.
Sixers.
I'm Sixers.
I want to say
Uh,
Sixers.
Cavs versus Celtics. Cavs.
Yep.
Dude, playoff LeBron is still something that's unseen. Still, that's a beast that no one can top.
All right, so yeah. All right. So, Cleveland versus Philadelphia.
Sixers.
Sixers.
Yeah?
Let's go.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're running hot.
Sixers versus Golden State.
Sixers.
Sixers.
That would complete the process.
That would complete
we
the
take down
process.
one of the greatest basketball teams in history.
And then
the underdog story.
And then to truly win it all, LeBron jump ship to us.
Yeah.
LeBron's like,
And
wow, they found.
Sam Hinkie gives the speech at the parade.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Sam Hinkie doesn't show up
I
at the parade,
I think there'd be more Sam Hinkie faces than like any player on the team for a parade.
that's how we prove that LeBron can find constant success in Philly. Is if Philly beats Golden State and LeBron goes, wow, Philadelphia found a way to take down Golden State. I should go to Philly.
So I think the hidden treat for how the Sixers are gonna pull this off. We already added Markelle back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting him some minutes, and then right as we hit the playoffs, boom,
Boom.
Ben Simmons. He's a 35% 3-point shooter this entire time. He's just been hiding it.
He's been saving it.
he's
'cause
been
he's not giving tape.
Yeah,
It's the secret weapon.
he's been saving it. He's not even going to do it in the first round. He's not going to break it out until he goes against the Raptors. Then Markelle, right as they're facing the Cavs, boom, bust out. His shoulder was never wrong in the first place. He faked this entire season. He's
So they didn't have tape on him either.
Yeah, he's a 40% 3-point shooter.
Boom. Embiid gets a second wind.
Yeah, Embiid gets his second wind. He grows a foot taller. He can just dunk with standing up. He doesn't have to jump.
Yeah. they meet what you call it? They meet Golden State in the final. Boom, turns out Ben Simmons is actually 7'10". He's just been on his knees the entire time. Just nobody ever noticed.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is the first human to have 2 knee joints. And it just turns out he had his second knees surgically removed. Brings it back, just walks over everybody.
Yeah. And
He's got a steel-toed basketball shoes.
Then for Game 7 of the finals, Dario comes over. Look at that. He finally comes over.
He leaves and wait. All right. So in the final round of the playoffs,
Game 7, last game, Dario finally comes over.
Dario and what's his name? Ersan both leave, come back from Europe. Turns out Dario's real name is Arsan Ilyasov.
They morph into one player.
Yeah. It's like Face Off. They come back and it turns out
Ilya
Dario.
Saric.
Yeah, Ilya Saric.
And that's our show.
Not yet. We still got
We got
3 minutes.
We got 3 more minutes.
Speed round. All right. What other
How else are the Sixers going to win in the playoffs?
Markelle Fultz eat a ton of Chick-fil-A sandwiches, just become super big, just like Shaq, and just become Shaq.
Okay, that's interesting.
You know, because Shaq, you said, Shaq was lazy.
What about JJ Redick grows another foot and we have the tallest starting lineup of all time?
JJ Redick only shoots off the hip threes and hits them every single time.
Robert Covington learns how to dunk and lay up.
Yeah, Robert Covington. Why are you looking at memes in the middle of the show, Matt? Try to contribute.
I would.
TJ McConnell grows an entire another foot, starts averaging triple doubles every game. Just like Ben Simmons.
No. Better. TJ McConnell cuts his 3-point shot in half in terms of speed. So now it only takes him a year to shoot, and he scores 40 points a game. Isn't that right, Jack?
Right.
All right. Oh, geez, we need more hot takes. Jack, bust them out. Pull them out the oven.
It's not a hot take.
See, I need to think about them. I can't
Well,
just
picture the big three. We gotta get the big three up here.
Yeah, the Sixers have the new big three. There we go. The only natural,
The holy trinity.
the only homegrown big three since the Thunder.
Yeah. So do you think that we erase the biggest what if in NBA history of the Thunder if they kept together by keeping together this big three?
Yep.
Actually, really, it's a big four because Dario has proven to be an amazing player.
Actually, you know what I think is going to be the biggest plot twist of the NBA Finals? Turns out that Joel Embiid is actually the great-great-grandson of Dr. J.
Dr. J's not that old.
I know.
He's still alive.
I know.
Like,
What do you mean?
Well, if you said Wilt Chamberlain, that would have made sense.
Yeah, what do you mean great-great-great-grandson?
No, I said
I mean, if you
greats.
said Wilt Chamberlain, that would have made sense because Wilt Chamberlain had like over 100 sexual partners in his lifetime.
Yeah.
Maybe his granddad got, had a child really early.
All right, we need to stop.
It's 2 generations.
We need to
Okay,
stop.
yeah, we hit
Okay,
5:30.
We're wrapping up.
We did it.
So we're back on the air.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week unless there's a nor'easter.
So
Stay safe out there.
Oh, wait. Apparently, actually, no. Can't advertise other shows.
Ooh.
Just realized.
all right.
About to make a mistake.
So good night, guys.